Good morning, Enid. It is Thursday, February 1st. I cannot believe it's already February. January was what, 10 days long? It just went so quick. Thank you for joining us on this rather cool 35-degree Thursday morning. However, it's going to warm up to 45 today. Not bad for February 1st. Grab a cup of coffee and join us because we have a very special guest as we're going to be talking about a night to shine, news, weather, sports, and all those goodies right here on Good Morning Enid. Thanks for joining us. It is time to rise and shine.
Good morning, Enid, and thank you again for joining us today. As Steve said, it's about 35 degrees currently, and it's a bit windy right now. I think 14 miles an hour coming out of the northeastern side. It is supposed to warm up to about 48 degrees, so it's going to be a lot nicer out today, and the winds are supposed to die down as the day goes on, so I think it's actually going to be a pretty nice day today.
Good, good. I really enjoyed yesterday too. So today being a nice day only makes me hopeful for the weekend. So let's see how our weekend's going to be. So it does look like it's going to be pretty nice. It's going to be sunny, and it's going to be at least it's not going to be anything less than the 50s. So it should be a fairly good weekend. If you have any plans.
Plans are for the Patriots on Sunday in 56-degree weather to win the Super Bowl again. But I understand the Eagles have other plans as well. So anyway, should be a good football game, but Super Bowl Sunday's coming up. Let's look at some of the statewide temps here at 7:32 this morning. And all the way out in the Panhandle near Elmwood, Oklahoma, we're at 30 degrees. And Kingston down by Lake Texoma, it's 45 degrees. But typical Oklahoma, a variety of temperatures. Have you been to Poto? I'll ask Erin. Erin, you been to Poto?
I have not ever.
You know where
been
Poto is?
I do not.
It's in the eastern part of the state. It's right there.
It's right there.
It's right there. That's where Poto is. Anyway, thank you, Penn, for that. We also want to remind everybody that Governor Fallon issued a 40-county out of 77, 40-county burn ban. We may have that picture. I'm not sure. But,
Don't have it.
Okay, the governor issued that. So keep in mind there's the burn ban. Keep the cigarettes inside, no cooking out, no barbecues, no careless, no dragging the chains from your pickup truck and stuff like that, because it'll, spark a fire. And anyway, it's very dry. As you know, we haven't had a significant rain in quite some time. There we go. Very good. Okay, thank you. And so you can see that Garfield County is right in this, and so keep that in mind. Be safe, okay? We need rain. We need rain in the big state of Oklahoma. Okay, let's talk about school.
That's right, school.
Yeah, school.
Yeah.
Hello, hello.
That also means food. So for those of you interested in finding out what the little ones will be having today, Thursday looks like
How about the big ones?
chili pie, zucchini slices, steamed corn. My baby loves corn, so he'd love school today. Cookies, apple slices, and milk.
Yeah, that does sound pretty good. And
What's the wow cookie? Help me out.
The wow cookie.
Wow.
it's a really good cookie.
Yeah,
all
it's
right.
an amazing cookie.
On Friday, it looks like we're having cheeseburgers, pork and beans, fresh carrots, pickles, diced peaches, and milk, which I'd be there on Friday, I think.
All right. Okay. We are so glad that you're with us at 7:34. Good morning, Enid. Thank you for joining us for show number 155. Tell your friends that we can watch us on Channel 12 and also Cable 112 in high definition. And we're also live streaming the show this morning around the globe. We have friends in Europe and also Japan that have watched the show, and we appreciate that. And you can see the show on your smartphone. Go to enidtv.org and and join us on Good Morning Enid. Okay, 7:34. There's one guy that we count on for news and just a wealth of information, and that's Derrick Silas. He's the bow tie guy, and he has the Oklahoma Minute.
Oklahoma, wind farm construction will boost the state in becoming the nation's #2 wind state by the end of this year. An Oklahoma City Public School District Superintendent submitted a resignation that will begin effective today. Chief of Staff Rebecca Kay will take over as acting superintendent. Chesapeake Energy will lay off approximately 400 workers, mostly in Oklahoma City. Their last major layoff was in 2015, with 562 workers were let go. Tonight in sports, the Thunder will go up against Denver Nuggets at 9:30 p.m. It will air on TNT and Fox Sports Oklahoma. Tomorrow they will play New Orleans at 8 o'clock p.m. And Saturday, Enid High School varsity girls will go up against Lawton at 5:30, and the boys will go up against them at 7 p.m. Here's a fun fact in Oklahoma. Robert Lee Bob Dunn, a native of Braggs, Oklahoma, and member of the Milton Brown's musical Brownies Band, was the first to use an electric guitar in a record in 1935. And on this day in history, in 1887, Harvey Wilcox officially registers Hollywood with the Los Angeles County Recorder's Office. He had purchased the 160 acres of land at the time, and at the time of his death, the population was 500. As the years went by, his dream of a sober, conservative, religious community faded into the background as Hollywood became known throughout the world as the Gilded Center for fantasy, fame, and glamour. And that's the Oklahoma Minute.
Thank you, Derrick, and thank you for joining us this morning. We want to hear from you. If there's anything you want to share with us, any questions, comments, anything you want to share with us, remember to email us at gme@enid.org. We'd be glad to hear from you. Another thing, too, this weekend, we already talked about the weather. It's going to be a great weekend, so we definitely want to be able to keep you guys informed of what's going on this weekend in Enid. So here is Erin with what's happening.
Thanks, Sarah. If you're feeling a little nostalgic for the 70s, we have Nailed It String Art at the Enid Public Library. It'll be on Tuesday night at 5:30 p.m., and it's designed for ages 16 and up, but you can bring your children to help out. It'll be designing a string art heart, so it's perfect for Valentine's Day since that's right around the corner. The materials are provided, so feel free to head over to the Enid Public Library and do some string art. And then, if you love space like I do and you're interested in astronomy, on Wednesday night, there is the February Planetarium show at 7 p.m. There's no charge, but if you'd like to, you can bring a non-perishable food item, and it gets donated to Our Daily Bread. So it's a really great cause, too. You can bring in some food and donate. And it'll show the Enid winter sky, so you get to learn a little bit about Enid and the astronomy that's here. And over 22,000 people have visited the center. It is at the NOC campus, so it's right around the corner, so just head over there and learn a little bit more about astronomy. And then finally, if you have not already been to it, the Oklahoma Art Show 110 Years is at the Cherokee Strip Regional Heritage Center. It started on January 19th, and it's here till February 10th, so you still have a little bit more time. And it is celebrating Oklahoma's 110 years of statehood, so it's pretty neat. And it was started by two artists who married farmers and just had a love for the land of Oklahoma and started painting about Oklahoma. So if you want to see more landscape pictures, head on over to the Art Center. It's during normal museum times, and that's what's happening.
What's happening? Very good, Erin. Thank you so much. It's 7:38, and again, we appreciate you joining us this morning on this Thursday, February 1. Wow. Wow.
I know.
It just went quick. Sorry. I thought it was just New Year's Day the other day. Anyway, if you're planning the day weather-wise, get the kids out. It's going to end up being around 48 degrees today. However, the wind's going to be kind of strong, so keep that in mind as Erin shared the weather forecast with you earlier. But we have a very special guest, local Enid guest, and the event's called Night to Shine. So I'd like for you to watch for the next 60 seconds. Little promo here to explain what Night to Shine is all about. And it's an event that got underway with or by the Tim Tebow Foundation. Here it is.
Honestly, 4 years ago when my executive director came to me and he said, "Hey, we heard about this prom that this church has for people with special needs. What would you think about doing one?" And I just fell in love with it. And I said, "Let's do it." And he said, "Where?" And I said, "Let's do it everywhere." And honestly, we couldn't do it without you. Without you saying, "Yes, I'm gonna be part of it. I'm gonna love those kids. I'm gonna make them feel special." And at the end of the night, when they're crowned king or queen of the prom, hopefully they leave realizing that the God of this universe loves them so much and has a special, unique plan and purpose for their life. And we get to show that with how much we love them. Guys, thank you so much for being part of A Night to Shine. It's my favorite night of the year, and it's a night that's going to change so many lives. God bless you.
Very nice. Good morning, Enid. It's 7:40, and that kind of sets the stage for our very special guest. Dalen McVay is with us. Dalen is the Night to Shine chairman. Dalen, good morning. Thank you for getting up at dark 30 to join us. And first off, just tell us a little bit about yourself. People know, well, he's the attorney guy, but tell us a little bit just about yourself.
I have been practicing here about 12 years. I am with a law firm, Eubank, Haney, and McVay, that's downtown on the square on Independence. Okay. I've got a wife and 3 beautiful children, and made Enid home about 12 years ago.
Very good. All right, well, welcome. We're glad that you're here, and just appreciate your involvement in this great cause.
Sure.
Good morning, Dalen, and we're glad to have you here this morning. I know that we've just seen a little clip of that talks a little bit about Night to Shine, but can you elaborate and give us some details of what exactly is Night to Shine?
Sure. Like he said, it's put on by the Tim Tebow Foundation. It is an unforgettable prom night experience centered around God's love for people with special needs. They have, essentially, we have about 120 guests already signed up. When they come there, they show up just ready to have a prom. They go get hooked up with a buddy. The buddy is someone that is just an escort to take them around through the different locations. They get there and they go to a hair and makeup room, get their hair and makeup done by some professionals that are donating their time here in town. They get their shoes shined at the next place, then they get corsages and boutonnieres. They get crowns and tiaras, and then there's a karaoke machine, and they can karaoke and dance the night away.
That's awesome. I know on the clip it said that when he was asked, where do we do this, he said everywhere. So is this only an event that takes place in Enid, or is it taking place throughout the U.S. on that same day?
Actually in 12 countries and all 50 states now. It started just 3 years ago. 3 years ago they had 26 states that did it. Now all 50 states are involved in 12 other countries. So.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
and you said that it takes place in Oklahoma City and Tulsa, but Enid is part of this leading the way effort, if you will.
It
and
is.
Ardmore was another community, so.
It is. This is the first year that we've had one in Northwest Oklahoma, so we're pretty excited about it.
Great. Well, we appreciate your involvement just to raise the awareness, what it's all about. So who can attend? You mentioned 120 guests, special needs guests, but you also mentioned buddies. So kind of frame it for us, who all can be there?
The way that it works are the guests themselves, the special guests, have to be 14 years or older.
Okay.
There's not a maximum age limit. I had a lady call me that was in her 80s that's going to attend, and
okay,
so
good.
she's never been to a prom before, so that's pretty neat. The buddies have to be 14 years or older, and essentially they can go to our website that is nighttoshineenid.com and register there. They can get the guests registered. The buddies go through background checks, and we expect about 250 people on the dance floor. So,
Wow.
That's awesome.
Very good.
That's awesome. So you seem like you're very involved with this special event. What exactly is your role in this event?
my role, I'm chairman. This year we have a board. The way that it kind of came about, we had an individual from Oklahoma City from the foundation that puts on the Oklahoma City prom, came to the Enid Newton and Bucks Club, in which I'm a member, spoke about bringing one to Enid. Some people asked me if that would be something that I'd be interested in chairing, and so I did. We have about 6 different people on the board, and it's quite the undertaking. We've got 27 committees, and the committees have anywhere between 4 and 12 people, so it's a pretty significant undertaking.
You mentioned the attendees and the buddies and the shoe shine and the flowers and all of that, but what else? I guess the big dance. Is the dance the big event that takes place?
It is.
Any other things that take place?
Well, they can go back and forth between the karaoke. We have food there. It is sponsored nationally by Chick-fil-A. So Connie Sturgeon-Hart here, she's one of the board members. She will have Chick-fil-A there not only for the guests, but for the buddies and for the volunteers. I think we have 157 volunteers signed up as well, so it's a pretty big task, but there'll be food there, there'll be dancing, there'll be karaoke. During the event, each one of them gets crowned a king or queen. So
That's great.
That's awesome. So how can viewers watching this morning, how can they assist if they want to be part of this event?
Really, at this point, we've got our committees and buddies kind of nailed down, but we're always looking for money. You know, things like this cost quite a bit. We have to do background checks, which are $10 a piece on every single buddy and every single volunteer, so it's a pretty significant amount of money. I'll tell you, the people of Enid are fantastic donating in kind. It's pretty easy to get volunteers for this thing, even quite a bit of money from different banks and things like that, but it's expensive, and there is a Pay Now button on our website if people go there, or the Facebook page can take you to it, but always in need of money. We don't want the guests to have to pay for anything, including dresses or suits. Stacy at the bridal shop is offering discounts on suits. We've got a women's physicians group that are helping purchase suits and dresses for those that are in need, but if people have dresses they want to donate, they can donate them to the bridal shop, and we'll get those to somebody.
Very good. And it's just great that it's at a community event.
It is.
You know, a community involvement event. As you saw on the screen just a few moments ago, you had Dalen's contact information there. And I want to remind everyone that, yes, we're live television this morning, but we will play back this interview, and you can tell everyone in the community it'll play back at 11:30 this morning, 5:30 this afternoon, and 8:30 tonight. So if you're unable, or you're seeing it live right now, but if you know a friend needs to watch this show or interview at 8:30 or 5:30 this afternoon, please tell them about it. We saw Dalen, before you got on the set, we saw the little promo with Tim Tebow talking about his involvement of that. What else can you share with us briefly about the Tim Tebow Foundation?
Sure.
We recognize him as the Florida University Heisman Trophy winner and football player, but
Right.
we know he's involved in other things.
He is. He's a minor league baseball player now. He started his foundation in 2010, and he has 6 different outreach programs, Night to Shine being one of those. They're all essentially based on Christ and God's love for people with special needs. And so he's got a Timmy's Playroom in which he builds playgrounds and play equipment for people in hospitals. He has an adoption aid agency that helps people fund adoptions of individuals with special needs. He's got a hospital in the Philippines and a Make-A-Wish type program in which he travels himself and meets people with life-threatening illnesses.
Very good.
Very
Thank you for
good.
sharing that.
Yes. Going back a little to the need for funds, can you tell us if there's any sponsorship levels?
There are, and we have levels starting at $500, and they go clear up to $10,000. Basically, with each different package, you get different types of marketing. We've got T-shirts that will have sponsors' names on it. We've got a website that will put sponsors' names on. Next year's brochures will have this year's sponsors on it. So just kind of depends on how much you want to pay, how much marketing we can do for you. The foundation doesn't really want to commercialize the event. They want to keep it focused on God's special children, but there are some marketing opportunities with it. But we have determined it takes about $35 per guest, and so we have asked people that can get on and donate just $35. That'll pay for one guest's entire night. So.
Oh, wow, that's great.
Very good. Well, we're talking hundreds of people, Dalen, for this event, and it's going to be located at a church. What is the church? Where is it located?
It is.
I mean, there may be somebody new in the community and said, well, I don't know my streets yet, so
Right.
where is it at?
The prom itself is held at Oakwood Christian Church. It is held on Oakwood, obviously, just north of Randolph. It's a perfect location. We also have limo rides that will be there. We have horse and carriage rides that will be there for the guests. And so we've got medical personnel on staff. We've got 5 uniformed police officers that are donating their time from the city, which is greatly appreciated. So just north of Randolph on Oakwood.
That's awesome. It really sounds like a magical night, so it really does. Can you share a little bit, like your website and Facebook info, any contact information?
Sure. We have a website. It's www.nighttoshineenid.com. I would also encourage anyone that wants to know more about it, you can just go to YouTube and type in Night to Shine. There's a 2017 highlight video and some other promotions that are fantastic that'll give you all that you need to know. We do have a Facebook page too. It's just Night to Shine Enid will get you to our Facebook page. A lot of people contact us there and ask questions and even give us ideas of other things. Just regarding, we've got Disney princesses there, for instance. There's a lot of Disney princesses, a lot of Star Wars characters, people for photo opportunities. So reach out to us any way that you can.
I understand in preparation for our visit this morning, Dalen, I understand that there's a kind of a parent prom night as well. Is that still happening in Enid? And kind of share that with us.
It is, and what that is It's not so much a prom, but a getaway for the parents. A lot of these parents that have special needs children are 24/7 caretakers, and so we certainly wouldn't prohibit them from staying at the prom if they want to stay. But what it is, that is at Redeemer Lutheran Church, which is on Cleveland, just south of Randolph. And it is a night of relaxation. We hope that they drop off their children and we get them hooked up with buddies and the parents go. That is they'll be fed over there at Redeemer Lutheran Church. But the neat part about it is we are having a live stream from the actual prom onto a movie projector screen at Redeemer so they can watch their kids. We've got some massage therapists from Enid donating their time over there. So just kind of a relaxation 3 hours for the parents.
That is...
It's awesome. It was such a great community event.
Excuse me. I mean, just to keep parents in mind, you know, but you're right about being a caregiver for 24/7, give them a chance to just kind of chill for a few moments. Well, Dan, we'll keep Dalen on the set here this morning at 7:50. Our special guest this morning talking about Night to Shine is Dalen McVay, and that event's coming up on February 9th. Is that a Friday?
It is.
It's a Friday.
Next Friday from 6 to 9.
I knew we had you here early for that to talk about the February 9th event. So, okay, we're probably going to do somewhat more news. Keep in mind, if you're planning your wardrobe for today, high today is going to be around 48 degrees. However, it's going to be kind of windy, and so keep that in mind because right now our winds are out of the north-northeast at 14, so 35 degrees right now.
Yes, and in case you missed it earlier, we don't want you to go on continuing with your day without some news. So here is Derrick.
Oklahoma wind farm construction will boost the state in becoming the #2 wind state by the end of the year. Oklahoma City Public Schools District Superintendent submitted a resignation, which will begin effective today. Chief of Staff Rebecca Kay will take over as acting superintendent. And Chesapeake Energy will lay off approximately 400 workers, mostly in Oklahoma City. Their last major layoff was in 2015 when 562 workers were let go. Tonight, the Thunder will go up against the Nuggets at 9:30 p.m. It will air on TNT and Fox Sports Oklahoma. Tomorrow, they will go up against New Orleans at 8 p.m. Enid High School varsity girls will go up against Lawton at 5:30, and the boys will go up against them at 7 o'clock on Saturday, February the 3rd. Here's a fun fact in Oklahoma. Robert Lee Bob Dunn, a native of Braggs, Oklahoma, and a member of the Milton Brown's musical Brownies Band, was the first to use an electric guitar in recorded music in 1935. And on this day in history in 1887 was the day that Hollywood was registered as a city. As the years went by, the dream of a sober, conservative religious community faded into the background as Hollywood became known throughout the world as the gilded center for fantasy, fame, and glamour. And that's the Oklahoma Minute.
Thank you, Derrick. It's 7:52. We'd like to remind everyone that next Tuesday, we're already into February, so next Tuesday we'll have the first City Council meeting. The study session will get underway around 5 p.m. in the lower level area of the council chambers. Again, you can watch those meetings on Channel 12 and 112 if you have local cable, or at enidtv.org on your computer. We also live streamed that. So that's next Tuesday. Keep that in mind. If we could, can we get the 3-day forecast up once again? Sarah, you want to remind us what it's going to look like?
Yes, it's not going to be bad at all, actually. It's going to be sunny. It's going to stay in the 50s, so it's going to be real nice.
Very good. Our special guest this morning, Dalen McVay, is the chairperson for Night to Shine. It didn't take you long to say yes. They kind of saw you and said, hey, you want to be the chairman? And you said yes. Why was the response like that, Dalen?
You know, it's something, when I watched the video, I'll just tell you I cried. I did. I had a pretty good involvement with the Miracle League of Enid, which is a T-ball league that we've got here for people with special needs. We raised quite a bit of money, and that thing has really taken off, and I helped umpire that and run it for a couple years and absolutely fell in love with it. And when I was asked to take part of this, it was just a pleasure to do so, and I'll tell you the community is amazing. I posted about it on my Facebook page right after I got named chairman, and I had 85 people contact me personally and say, I want in on this deal. And so since that time, it's been amazing. This town's amazing.
Well, keep us in mind as this is our first involvement just to help promote and raise the awareness of the event. So please keep us in mind in future events, and we'll have you back on ETN and talk about what's going on. So
Appreciate it very
please
much.
do that. Well, we need to move along. I think the clock's running, Sarah.
Yes.
Isn't it amazing how quick the morning goes? Okay. Well, one of our special segments is the Adopt the Pet segment from Animal Control. We appreciate the work of all the officers at Animal Control, and also Charlet. Charlet does a great job for us, Charlet Ringwald, and we'll see what special pet she has for us right now.
Good morning! Today we have Bowser. Bowser's in Penn 4. He's a 3-year-old male bully mix, and he is looking for a new home. He seems like he's housebroken, and he's really sweet and loving. So come by the shelter and meet Bowser.
Thank you, Charlotte. Appreciate that very much. It's 7:56 on this Thursday, February 1st. Tomorrow, you know what tomorrow is?
Friday.
And?
If we're talking about sports,
No,
I'm
we're
lost.
not talking sports.
Oh, okay.
Groundhog Day.
Oh, there we go.
There we go. As you can tell, Dalen, Sarah's just a huge sports fan.
I could tell.
She loves football.
Yeah,
She's
I
ready
just
for us to
found
move
out
on.
right now that the Super Bowl is this weekend.
Yeah,
It just
so-
always slaps me in
I
the
mean,
face when it gets.
You know, 150 million people are waiting for the Super Bowl, but not Sarah. No. But anyway, it's Groundhog Day tomorrow. So if Punxsutawney Phil in Pennsylvania, if he sees his shadow, what does that mean? If he sees his shadow, that means winter's going to hang on another 6 to 8 weeks. Now, if he doesn't, and it's a cloudy day, that means spring is around the corner. And it's all because of Punxsutawney Phil. So I think I have that sequence right. So if it's cloudy and cold, that means spring is around the corner. If it's sunny and bright, that means winter is hanging on a little bit longer. So Groundhog Day tomorrow, Sarah. Forget football, just Groundhog Day.
Okay, good. I can live with that.
Dalen, real quick, we had the information on the screen, how they can contact you. We're a week away from your event, but there's still room for more, right?
There is, and if you get on the website, the registration deadline, it says that it's passed. We did that just so we could get a pretty good concrete number for food and things like that, but we wouldn't turn anyone down. We had some more register yesterday, so you can register online. Even if you want to register as a buddy, we may end up having more guests, so we could certainly use more buddies as well. We'll take anybody that wants to come and anybody that wants to help.
Okay. And again, share the number right there. It's 580-243-4334, and they can reach you.
234
234?
4334.
234. What was the rest?
4334.
Dalen, help us out. What's your phone number?
234-4334.
I can't read. I was just thinking of Groundhog Day, you know, kind of deal, stuff like that. Well, we have less than a minute to go. What else? This is such a great event. Thank you for allowing us to be a part of it to promote this event. Is there any area that you need help in? You've asked to all call for volunteers, but is there one special need?
You know, just spread awareness.
Okay.
The biggest thing is I don't want anyone to miss this opportunity. If they want to come, I don't care if they sign up the very last day. We don't want to turn them down, but it's going to be an unbelievable event. The event's grown over 475% in just 3 years in the nation.
Excuse me, Dalen, this is kind of a Northwest Oklahoma deal?
It is, but
Okay.
we'll take people from anywhere.
Okay, all right. Well, Sarah, thank you for your help this morning. Looking sharp as usual. Dalen, you're looking sharp too, and everybody's looking sharp. Good morning, Enid. Thank you for joining us here on this Thursday, February 1st. We are through for the day. Night to Shine's coming up next week. Support it if you can. Thank you for joining us here on this Thursday, February 1st. Make it a great day, everyone. Thank you.